Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with another crochet stitch. This is stitch number 15. If you're not familiar with this series, there is a playlist link in the description of this video and also on the end screen. It's a very easy stitch and I think you're going to like it. You need to chain an even number. And we're going to start and end each row with 2 single crochets. But we're going to be sticking our hook either under the full V for the first and last single crochet, but then in either the front or back loop, depending if we're on an odd row or an even row. Now, I'll have to do a couple of rows so you can see the repeat, but for the first row, we don't have to worry about where we're sticking it. We're just doing it in the, in the chain. So we're going to do single crochet, single crochet. Now we're going to do a slip stitch and then a single crochet and a slip and a single crochet, and you would keep doing that all the way down until you get to the last 2 stitches. Now we're going to do a slip because we just did a single. Now we're down to our last 2. We're going to do single crochet, single crochet. Now we're going to turn, and I do not chain 1 to turn. Oh, and if you want to find out how to make this nice and neat, I don't think I'll do it in this series because I don't want to have to explain it each time. I came up with something, and it's in a video. It's going to show you how to get rid of that hole and that knot. So I'll link to it in the description of this video. No chain 1, just turn. Okay, so that was row number 1. Here's how row number 2 is going to go in all the even rows. Single crochet under the full V for the first and last stitch. Now we're going to work in just the loops closest to you, all the way down until you get to the last stitch. It's going to be single crochet, slip, single crochet. Whoops, I got my splitty yarn, slip. And you would just do that all the way down. That's a single. Here's a slip until you get to your last 2 stitches. Single. Oh, these are my last 2. I have 2 left, so I'm doing a single crochet under just that loop and under the full V for the very last one. So first and last single crochet is under the full V. It just gives you a nicer edge. Turning. Now we're going to do an odd row. We had a foundation row basically for row number 1, and then row number 2 I showed you where to put your hook. So now we're back to like row number 1. It's a 2-row repeat. Single crochet under the full V, and now we're going to put our hook in the back loop each time, not the loop closest to us but the one furthest away. And we're going to do the same thing. Single, slip, single, whoops, slip, single, slip. And now we're going to do single, single. When you're at your last 2, you always end and start with 2 single crochets. This one is in just that loop, and then this one's under the full V. And now you're going to turn. So now it's like we're doing row 2 again. So I'm going to show you again under the full V for the first single crochet. Now we're on this side. When the tail is in your right hand, I do not know how to explain it if you're left-handed. I'm right-handed. If the tail is in the right hand, you're going to work these loops right here. Not that, but these right here. Single, slip, single, slip, single. I'm going to just leave that piece of fabric right there. Slip. And now my last 2 are single, single, single there, and then the next single is under the full V. Turn. Under the full V, single. Start and end every row that way. Now we have the tail in our left hand, so we're going to be working in the back. Single, slip, single, slip, single, slip. And you would continue to do that for as long as you want to do that. And now the last 2 stitches is single and single under the full V. Whoops, there we go. And this is what we have. I have a little bit of a bigger piece to show you. There it is, right there. I've got my slip stitch edging around that. If you want to know how to do that, go look at my, I don't know, I think it's my Scrappy Afghan playlist. All those playlists are in the description below. So it's kind of like, you know, ribbed a little bit. Not really, not too much, but it definitely has a texture. I just really like simple stitches like this that give you some texture. And you would just repeat those 2 rows over and over again. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.